and welcome back. So we're in chapter 5, statistical software, and this chapter we'll be looking at a quick introduction on the meaning of statistical software, and then we'll be looking at number of those available statistical softwares, and finally, of course, we'll be looking at lab implementation using one of those available open source software. Essentially, what is the meaning of statistical software? It is a specialized computer programs for analysis in statistics and econometrics. Basically, you know that so far in the analysis world, three pillars: data preparation, descriptive model, the inferential model. Each one of those pillars that we were relying on the calculation of certain points, right? From those points, we were able to do some graphical presentation and get those points into the form of a summary as well. And finally, even we were able to utilize the power of inferential to make sure it's a smart guess of the entire population. So you see that there were a number of steps involved here from calculation point of view. So you need some kind of a calculation power. Mathematical calculation can be done by hand, of course, but when the subject has a large number or the number of variables are quite large, then it's a quite tedious and insufficient way of doing that by hand. That's why we rely on statistical software. Now, most of those available statistical software, they come with a built-in kind of window that you can utilize to just choose the right, for example, point to calculate or the interval or the test that you choose. So those are quite a bit passive kind of software because they offer you what is available and it's already built in. You need just to feed in the data. Now, if you feel those software come short-handed to some things that you're looking for, maybe you can rely on customizing that using kind of coding, using some of the available programming language such as Python, for example, or maybe C+, or maybe C#. Any of those available programming language might come with built-in library as well, can be used for statistical purpose, but you need to have some good background on the use of those programming language in order to execute those library and to lead you to the right tool that you want to utilize. Otherwise, you might build up on available entire platforms such as R statistics come completely available only for statistical purpose, where it offers you the ability to customize the calculation or maybe the graphical ability on that. So either way, it's possible to come up with the final result you're looking for. But if you would like to go this path, you need to have some technical background, either about programming or maybe about the use of the platforms such as R statistics. Alternatively, if you don't want to reinvent a wheel or what you're looking for is just the standard calculation, maybe available software are good tools. Personally, I rely on some of those available open source statistical software to do the calculation for me, since I know which point I want to calculate, what kind of summary I'm looking at, and what kind of graph I need, and what kind of a test I'm looking at. Otherwise, if I need really maybe quite a bit a different kind of customization, then I might be looking at coding that by myself. Let's look at some of those available statistical software. Software can be categorized in the form of open source, public domain, freeware, and proprietary. Now, open source are available software that you can use them, but there are some regulation. Perhaps you need to check out the policy of the use of available code and also distribution. You can look at the EDAM soft, the GMOV software, and of course the R. A public domain basically are software that were put online completely for free. There is no any restriction on the use of the code or distribution whatsoever. You may want to check, for example, some of those software such as the CS Pro or the data plot. Also, you might want to look at some freeware. Freeware actually are statistical software or software in general. They are available to be downloaded for free, but you need to agree on the agreement the creator of the software looking for. For example, you might look at the MaxStat Lite or the menu software. Finally, if you wish to have much more customizable for your need, you may want to check some of those available proprietary software. The most popular one, perhaps the SAS software or the SPSS statistics or the S+. So that was general overview on the meaning of statistical software, different from coding, and the use of any of them will lead you always as long as you understand what you need to do. In this book, I will be utilizing one of the open source statistical software, and that is Jamovi. So next we'll be looking at the lab implementation to explore the details on the use of this available open source software. I will see you then.